In this video, I'm going to break down how creator businesses can figure out what content creates the most engagement. This is one of the trickiest challenges creators face when growing their business. I'll show you what metrics to watch, how to track them, and most importantly, how to use those metrics to grow your business. I'm Keith Perhack, founder and CEO of SegMetrics. I've spent 10 years building one of the best marketing analytics tools out there. And before that, I spent a ton more working with some of the biggest creators in the business. I help them optimize their marketing and double their growth year after year. Let's dive in. All right, so let's look at what engagement is. We need to look at how many people on our list are currently engaged and doing something with the content that we are producing. And that is our engagement percentage. So we can see the number of contacts we have on our list, which is 7,500, and the number of people who are engaged in the last 30 days. So this is people who are clicking our emails, who are visiting the website, who are doing things that are showing that they are still part of our ecosystem. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of people on your list that are not actively engaging with your brand, right? And the only people who are going to buy from your list are the people that are actively engaged with your brand. And that's what we can see here between that engagement rate as well as the purchase rate of that engagement. So of the engaged customers, how many of them are actually purchasing within this time frame, right? And what is the value of someone being engaged at that level, right? So this gives us a good top level view of, okay, we got 41%, almost 42% of our contacts engaged, but what is the content that they are engaging with, and what is the content that is causing them to convert? And so one of the things that we can see here is we can start to see the breakdowns of this engagement by email campaign, by subject line, so which email that they're sending in from, as well as any of the other UTMs or information that you're sending. And the cool thing about this is that all of the major email marketing systems now automatically put in these campaign subject line and other information in the terms and stuff in there. So when you create an email, you no longer have to set up those UTMs manually. The systems will do it for you automatically. And then SegMetrics just lets you see instantly how many leads you got, how many orders you got, and what's even better, the revenue that you get from each of these campaigns or emails or subject line or whatever you're looking at. And we can see right here, I mean, this is pretty obvious, but the last chance email is the one that is generating the most revenue, right? And anyone who's done a sale like this, a launch sale where you have that last chance email, you know that that last chance email is the one that always brings in the most revenue. So we can see not only the revenue, the orders, but also the number of people who clicked on that. And we can see the performance of that over time, right? You can do the same thing with any of the other information, any of your segments, your lists, your tags, industry, who in your audience is engaged, who in your audience drops out of that engagement. And this is really cool, but you can actually see that engagement on a graph here of how long people stay engaged. So we see these are all the people who started the sequence, and we can see that drop off when of course, everyone's really big in the first month, and then after a month, after 3 months, 6 months, and we can see that drop off over time. And depending on the industry, on the tag, and we can change this to, let's change this over to industry, and we can see that people in the architecture industry actually stay on longer. We can see they're at 31% compared to alternative medicine or business supplies, which are still in the 20%. And we can really see here's some in the 30s. And we can really see how that changes. And this is all demo data, but in your data, you're going to see a huge drop after a certain set of months for certain different industries. And that's going to be the very cool thing that you see, which is different industries, different cities, different states, different statuses, different whatever you have as your segmentation piece are going to perform differently. All right, so let me show you two more things that are amazingly fun. So one is this lead value velocity. And what this is how long it takes someone to become worth a certain amount of money after the first click or that first opt-in or from when they have a tag applied. So you can see in this data, we have about a 10, 14 day funnel. And so you can see people aren't really worth it until that 14th day, and then they go up to that full amount. But if you look at it at a click rate, it's interesting because a lot of people start their click journey much earlier, and they are clicking to purchase right away. And we're seeing a gradual increase from the time someone first clicks on the site and visits the site to the time when they convert. So this is all very interesting information that we can look at to understand, how do we keep people engaged for a long time? What are the emails people are engaging with? What are the segments and the industries people stay engaged with? And who are our best customers over time? And this is a really powerful report. And like all of the reports, you can always open up that data explorer and go further into that data, or you can pop open exactly who those people or those orders were and get that full information right there and see that full customer journey of what they've been doing over the last 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, however long. I hope that helps. If you'd like to see how this works in your business with your data, you can sign up for a 14-day free trial of SegMetrics. Learn more at segmetrics.io. Thanks for watching.